Aidan, do you acknowledge that that Hamas, the organization in charge right now, is not a legitimate organization that actually aims toward a peace process, but that is, however, an organization that has maintained from the very beginning until this day that their aim is to destroy Israel and to also eradicate the Jews?
No, I don't acknowledge that their aim is to eradicate the Jews. I mean, the only way that you can that we can reasonably assess what their aim is to look at their charter. Now, I acknowledge that Hamas had a very problematic charter, obviously, in 1988.
Problematic?
Yeah. Do you disagree?
So problematic is a big understatement. You know that they promised that their goal was to,
meaning,
you agree that their goal was to eradicate the Jews, right?
Problematic meaning that they had issues with their charter. Problematic meaning that they had issues with their charter. Now,
do you agree that agree that they fundamentally wanted to eradicate the Jews?
No, I don't.
So their charter says that they want to eradicate the Jews, but you don't want to acknowledge that.
Their charter says eradicate the Jews.
Yeah. In 1988, their charter said that they will work toward no matter how long it takes, toward Allah's promise, which is that they will fight the Jews and they will kill them until they hide behind rocks and trees, and even rocks and trees will say there is a Jew behind me.
Just wanted to make sure it didn't say eradicate the Jews. It said go to war with the Jews, which again it didn't say go to war with Jews. That does not. Yes, it did. That's what it says. Based
on the prophecy.
But anyways, I don't know why we're focusing on this, because I actually said, I disavow the original Hamas charter. I don't subscribe. I don't believe in it. So they have actually revised their charter, and like any organization, they have the ability to adapt and grow and change. And as you probably are well aware of, Hamas has at multiple points showed willingness to accept a two-state solution.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, they have. In 2007.
Where?
In 2007. Where? 2007. Look it up. Do you want me to pull it up right now? 2007.
Yeah. What did they say?
Shows willingness to.
So in 2007, while following the charter, in which they say they will never, ever accept a two-state solution, and their aim is to eventually destroy the Zionists and eradicate the Jews, they also at the same time said that they are willing to establish a two-state solution. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, you can, dude, look it up. I mean, look, even right here, AP News, Hamas again raises the possibility of a two-state compromise.
All right. According to you, in their currently updated charter of 2017, do they promise to work toward a two-state solution?
No, and actually, I don't believe in a two-state solution, so I don't think they should. But they've acknowledged.
Okay, so they don't. So they don't.
Which is what you said, and that they just want to destroy Israel. Well, no, clearly by their willingness to accept a two-state solution in the past, they don't just have the goal of destroying Israel. There's always this rhetoric: destroy Israel, destroy Israel, destroy Israel. I personally don't think that a state that privileges Jewish people over other people should exist. I think that people should live with equal rights, with everyone with the right to vote, with the right to movement. And Israel currently does not allow that. So in a way, I mean, I don't think that we should destroy Israel or kill tons of Israeli people. I think that's wrong, and I think that goes against personally my values. But I don't think that Israel should exist in its current form. I think that's
What do you think would happen to Jewish people if Israel was destroyed by Hamas, for example?
What do you think would happen?
I'm asking you.
If Israel's destroyed by Hamas,
yeah.
Well, if you're going to, I could easily make the question: what do you think would happen to Americans if America was destroyed? I mean, it would.
Okay, I'm asking you a very simple question.
It's a hypothetical where the answer is actually. It's a hypothetical where the answer is based in the question. I mean, it would be Israel would be destroyed. I don't know what you want me to say.
What would be happening to the Jewish people? I didn't say what would happen to Israel if Israel was destroyed. I said what would happen to the Jewish people if Israel was destroyed by Hamas.
I can't imagine it would be as bad as what is happening to the Palestinian people right now in Gaza.
So you will just not answer the question. What will happen to Jews if Israel is destroyed by Hamas?
I just find it. Well, you characterize it as Jews when
just answer the question.
Israeli citizens, where they're Israeli citizens. Well, if it's so unbelievable that you are saying that the Jewish people need to be protected, and I agree. Of course, all people should be protected, but then you don't acknowledge that what you worry about happening to Israel is exactly what is happening to Gaza right now.
It's actually not. But I will ask you one final time: what do you think will happen to the Jewish people if Israel is destroyed by Hamas?
I have no idea. I mean, I will tell you. I assume that it would be a lot of bloodshed and warfare, but it's kind of a hypothetical that doesn't exist in this.
I will tell you. I will ask you another question to tell you exactly what's going to happen.
It doesn't even make sense to me that you would ask this question when there's no possibility of Hamas destroying Israel, and right now Israel is destroying Gaza.
Good.
This is what's so ridiculous.
Good.
This is what's so.
Good that there is no possibility of Hamas destroying Israel.
That they're destroying. No.
Good that there is no possibility of them destroying Israel.
Good that they're destroying Gaza. Okay, so this is the whole epitome. This is the epitome of the debate, Ridvan. Is that I on the pro-Palestinian side want equal rights and equal treatment for all people. You want to destroy Gaza. That is
I never said that
statement. That is a genocidal statement, Ridvan. You did.
I never said that.
Play the tape back. I said Israel is destroying Gaza right now, and you said good, and then you repeated good, and then you repeated good again.
No,
play the tape back.
I clarified very simply. You said Hamas cannot destroy Israel, and I said good. You spoke after that, and you're now trying to make it look like I said the destruction of Gaza is good. That's not what I said. I said it's good that Hamas doesn't have the ability to destroy Israel. You refuse to answer the question. You are pushed into a corner. Now you're trying to put words into my mouth.
Hamas doesn't have.
Here's the thing.
Hamas doesn't have the ability to destroy Israel. Hamas doesn't have the ability to destroy Israel.
Just quickly, fellas, I just want to really quickly interrupt here. In terms of the questions, even if they are hypotheticals, even if the hypotheticals do seem absurd, they are designed to test the logic of the worldview. So we can carry on with those hypotheticals if we want.
So here's the thing.
I have to disagree with that. Can I respond to that? Because I actually have to disagree with that. If Hamas had the power to destroy Israel, everything would be so different that it doesn't even bear answering, because the entire conflict would be completely different. So I can't even answer that question. If it's almost like asking, if everything in the world was different, if laws of physics were different, what would you do in this situation? It's impossible to answer, because
it is actually within the laws of physics, though, Aidan, it is actually possible that Hamas could logically destroy Israel. That is actually possible.
Okay.
That is a possibility. So, but it's not that absurd a hypothetical for him to ask.
Just take this into consideration. If you are going to talk about the possibility of Hamas destroying Israel, let's turn it around, for example, and let's ask, what do you think would happen to Arabs if Israel was able to have full control over the land?
What do you mean over the land? Over all of
the land of Israel.
You mean Greater Israel?
All of the land
of
Israel.
About? Land of Israel, right? Like Greater Israel?
Everything that they currently have that is officially recognized, everything that encompasses direct Israeli control at this moment.
We can see what Israel's doing when they control the
tell me what would happen to Arabs if they control all the land?
When they control Gaza, they genocide Palestinians. When they control the West Bank, they use an apartheid system. They use checkpoints you can't get from place to place. And what's funny about this is that you say what would happen if
what is happening to the Arabs inside Israel?
We have gone over this, Ridvan. They're not able to own certain tracts of land in Israel. They're not able to buy houses in Israel. They're arbitrarily detained. In fact, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but in Israel, detainees are detained for up to a year without trial, and they can be arrested for things they say on the internet. I mean, this is, and you could be dishonest and say that well, of course, like this applies to everyone. This applies to Israelis too. Well, you would have to be a dumbass to not realize that this is specifically targeted to Arab Israelis.
I will give you the answer. The Arab population inside Israel has twice the population growth than the Jewish population inside Israel. So when Israel has actual direct control over land where Arabs live, Arabs are thriving in the land. The Arab population has been increasing inside Israel, and the Arab population is has also had a steady increase in quality of life inside Israel. In fact, according to quality of life data, Arabs inside Israel have much higher quality of life than all of the surrounding Arab countries.
Okay, again, another whataboutism. You don't actually address the points that I made, which is that, as I've said over and over again, that Arabs can't even own certain land in Israel. Instead, you say, well, no, Arabs have a high birth rate. Well, hey, dummy,
so they are not destroying Arabs.
I don't care. I don't care about their birth rate. I care about.
So they are not genociding Arabs
in Israel. I care about the fact that in 2015, 400.
So they are not genociding Arabs.
We're detained. We're detained for things they said on the internet. I mean, do you not think that this is wrong? Do you not think that this is indicative of a state that privileges one group of people over another?
It's not happening. So you have just admitted to us that Israel is not genociding the Arab population that it has control over. Thank you so much. In 2018, the Arab spokesperson of Hamas in Gaza, Fatih al-Hamad, gave a speech that was actually, by the way, during the so-called peaceful March of Return. He made a promise to the so-called Palestinians about the future, about 4 months in the future. Do you know what he promised them?
Go ahead.
He promised them, number one, that within 4 years we will get close or accomplish the eradication of the cancer of Jews from the land of Palestine. And promise number two is that we will establish the foundation of the caliphate in Jerusalem. This is the spokesperson designated by Hamas. Fatih al-Hamad is not some random guy. How do you think this works together with your absurd idea that Hamas does not aim for the destruction of Jews and that they are totally willing to work for a two-state solution?
Well, wait a second. I have actually admitted that Hamas is not I don't think anybody says that Hamas is a perfect organization. Hamas has a problematic ideologies. And it's funny, you're laughing, but I'm actually I'm conceding something.
Not a perfect organization.
No, not by any stretch.
On October 7, 2023, Hamas attacked Israel, and during this attack, nearly 1,200 people were massacred, most of them civilians, including during a music festival where nearly 400 people were killed, civilians. Do you agree with this assessment?
Yeah, they killed civilians on October 7th.
Okay, fantastic. So you acknowledge that. Do you think it was wrong to kill civilians on October 7th?
Well, I always think it's wrong to kill civilians, Ridvan, but I also think it's wrong to keep people under an apartheid system.
Do you agree that it was wrong of Hamas to attack and kill civilians on October 7th?
I think it was. I think it was wrong to. I think it's always wrong to kill civilians, Ridvan. But I also don't see. I also don't see how anything else, like how it wasn't inevitable. You know, I don't see how.
So it was wrong. So what Hamas did on October 7th was wrong.
I don't see how when you have an apartheid state. I don't see how when you have an apartheid state that that violent resistance isn't inevitable. I don't agree with some of the things that Hamas did, but I also don't see it as an issue where you can just say, well, Palestinians should just roll over and accept subjugation from Israel. I don't see how you can ever reconcile that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay. Do you agree that had Hamas not pursued terrorism and a clear rejection of Israel, but had indeed maintained a consistent pattern of peace and mutual recognition and appealed to the international community to establish autonomy and freedom and mutual peaceful interactions, do you think things would have gone differently?
If Hamas was never violent, well, you kind of are missing a big chunk of the history here, which is that Hamas published their charter in 1988. Yeah. The Nakba was decades before that.
What happened before the so-called Nakba? What triggered the Nakba?
I already told you. It was Zionism itself when Zionists went to the land of Palestine and evicted tenants. Like I don't see what you're not understanding about this.
This is so weird. So until 1948, the Zionists just waited, and then in 1948 they suddenly decided to just forcibly evict and destroy and kick out the so-called Palestinians. Is that what you think happened?
I think that obviously there was a 50-year history before that included revolts, that included Zionist terrorism.
Was there a war? Was there
included
a war?
civil war leading up to 1948. That also included revolts in which all Palestinian leaders were expelled. So, I mean,
precisely. What exactly preceded the Nakba?
I've just told you. Eviction of Palestinian tenants, revolts, Zionist terrorism against Britain. I mean, you want to pretend.
So you think Israel made the first step in this entire conflict?
You want to pretend that everything is the fault of the Palestinians. It's almost comical when it was Zionists in Europe and Russia that began this movement of colonizing Palestine. I mean, it's almost comical that you think that it's just every single thing is the Palestinians' fault, and that Israel should just be able to go and form a state on other people's land.
As said, you either don't know the history, or you don't want to know the history. So, there was a war going on in 1948. Who started this war?
Which one, the Civil War or the Arab-Israeli War?
The Arab-Israeli War.
The Egyptians, the Syrians, the Iraqis, etc.
Together with the local Palestinian Arabs. Exactly. So the Arab side started the war.
Not really. Not really. I kind of have to push back with you on that, because do you know how many Palestinian leaders there were in Palestine in 1948?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Palestinian entities joined the conflict.
If this was disparate, like Palestinians with no leadership or no organization, that's a little different. If they're fighting against highly organized Jewish militias,
whatever.
If they're
whatever.
like that, you have to.
So the Arab side started the war. The Arab side started the war.
Of course.
This war came after. This war came during the Civil War, which was started in 1947. Which side started the Civil War?
Most historians would agree that it was the Palestinians that started the Civil War.
Exactly. So it was the Arabs who started the Civil War. So in 1947, before the partition and before the Zionists established their state and had control over the entire land, the Arab side started a civil war, which was led by massacres and brutal violence. And in 1948, the Arab side started an extermination war against Israel.
That Zionists bought land and then they evicted Arab tenants.
If you buy land, if you officially buy land, it is your right to do with the land whatever you want to do. If there are tenants in the place that you buy, then of course you can tell them, hey, this land belongs to me. I want to do something else with this. You have to leave now. Totally fine.
Right. Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. If you buy land, it's perfectly fair for you to do whatever you want with that land. What I think is problematic is that you buy land. You're a Zionist, you buy land, and you evict Arab tenants so that you can import Jewish people from other parts of the world so that you can start a Jewish state. And then, if you buy land, it's perfectly fair for you to do whatever you want with that land. And then, with your intention of creating a Jewish state, you expect there to be no retribution on any other side. It's almost comical how you think that
retribution to what?
Retribution to the establishment of a state or the future establishment of a state. I mean,
do you know about the massacre of 1929 that happened in the land?
I mean, I don't really like being tested on historical facts. You know, I'm not here to educate
no problem.
you.
No problem.
About 50 Jewish people were killed.
This was the first large-scale massacre.
Wait, yeah, I don't dispute that.
Okay, it was started by the Arab side. Here's the thing: we keep going to the causes of the violent confrontations every single time. We keep hearing the very same thing, which is that the Arab side was the aggressor. However, we have to excuse that.
نحن من أقام هذه الحرب، نحن من سننهيها، نحن من سننهيها. خص الظالم والداني، نحن الأسود، نحن الأبطال، نحن القضاء. يطرف دمنا، الدم نقدم ونضحي لما نموت كلنا في سبيل الله الأعلى. خص الغازي والداني، خص الاحتلال، خص نتنياهو. إلى الله نشتكي، ليس العرب، ليس العرب، إلى الله.